my stilettos.
Welcome to the Stiletto Room, the unfiltered chat show where no topic is off limits. I'm Dina LaPolt, entertainment attorney, advocate, and tenacious trailblazer. Each week, I sit down with creative visionaries, iconic disruptors, and unapologetic originals to dive deep into work, life, love, LGBTQ plus journeys, social justice, and everything in between. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's get real. Because, baby, this is the Stiletto Room. Welcome to the Stiletto Room. I am Dina LaPolt, and you are in the Stiletto Room today with not just me, but with one of my favorite people of all time, who's just as big as a baller as I am, Allison Statter.
Well, hello, friend.
Allison.
Love you.
I mean, co-founder, CEO of Blended Strategy Group. Besides being a mom
Yeah.
in a house of all boys like me,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Beyond.
That's a lot. Looking
Beyond.
fabulous, running your own
babe.
company.
Yep.
Yeah, dealing
Yeah.
with it all.
Yeah. Alive.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Breathing.
Breathing. Without collapsing.
Sometimes I feel like I'm literally giving, I'm so pulled in so many directions. I feel like, stretched like this, thin.
I feel like Gumby. Do
I
you ever
know.
feel like Gumby?
Yeah.
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 And then sometimes I'm like, wait, are my legs over my head? And where's my ass? And like, what do I do first? And who do I give my attention to? Like, I also, yeah, it's a lot. And then just the world we currently live
It's
in
crazy.
with the keeping up with the Joneses and
Yeah.
the social media and the, everything. It's really become, I just think everyone, we all need a reset.
We do need a reset.
I think we need
Starting
a
with
reset.
the White House.
Well,
Well, we need a reset.
we just need a reset in terms of like, what's the plot here?
Yeah.
Because we only have one shot at this.
I know.
And I just want to be like super grateful for that shot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think in all of it, you like lose sight of it.
That's true. It's like, you like I find myself in these amazing moments not even being able to enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's got to stop.
It's got to stop.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work to try to remind myself of that. Like last weekend, we were home. It was Sunday. It was my son broke his arm recently.
He did?
Yeah. So I've had a time out from soccer, which has
Wow.
been a nice
Right.
break, but also, it's allowed for us to have some more time on the weekends. And
Mhm.
so last Sunday, my brother came over with his girlfriend and her family, and my family was there, and my best friend and her family were there, and we were all just like hanging out in our backyard, and everyone was happy, and the kids were happy, and everyone was just great. And in that moment, I literally did
Wow.
take that moment to say, this is
Mm-hmm.
this. I cannot be worrying about what Monday
Right.
brings. This is what I need to be present and happy. This is what I've dreamed about.
Right.
Like when I was little, you
Yeah.
know, and I dreamed about what my adult life would look like. I dreamed about,
Wow.
the husband, the kids, the home, the family, the friends, just the abundance in that is genuinely, I think, what makes me happy.
Wow.
And you do have to, in those moments, take a minute and really give yourself the opportunity to indulge in it,
Right.
and to say,
Yeah.
okay, this is it. Like, this is fulfilling.
Yeah. You've arrived.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you have a big family.
I do.
I mean, growing up, was it like that?
Well, I think, yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, our family, my parents are all about family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and community,
and
which is why I
community.
adore them so
Yeah,
much.
they're all very much
Yeah.
about family and community, and quite honestly, like, they have a super small community in
Mhm.
terms of like who they want to spend their time with, right? It's not that they can't go spend their time with 100 people.
100 people.
Every night of the week.
Exactly.
Or whatever it is. Like, we probably all could. But, you know, they're very much about their people and their family and their kids. And I think that once I had kids and now that they're getting older, my kids are 11, 13, and 15. So I'm, like, closer to this phase of life where, you know, I think about what it's going to be like when my first son goes to college or things like that.
Right.
And so as a parent, it's been really interesting to experience the things that our parents experienced raising us and like reflect and then be like, oh, like this is why it was so important to them that we went and had Sunday night dinner every Sunday together, or why we went and drove every weekend on Sundays to go and see my grandparents who live down in, you know, in Orange County, or why it was so important we did family vacations and spent the holidays together. Like, all of those things really are all about, like, we are a family and we need to, like, protect each other and be together and treat each other well and all the things.
Was that the way it was growing up, too?
It was.
And when your dad started, he was like a tour manager or an agent, right?
Yeah, I wasn't born then. So, you know, you can't age me that far.
No, but when he was...
Yeah.
When you were born, was he a manager yet?
When I was born in 1980, yeah.
Yeah, I was born in 1982.
You were?
No.
Oh.
No.
I was like, how did I not know this? Yeah, I love
it's
that
my
I was
podcast. I can be
I know,
born wherever
you can
the
born
fuck
whenever
I
the fuck you want. I love that I was born in 1980 specifically, not just because like I'm an 80s baby, but also because I never will forget my birthday or how old I am, shall I say, right? Like I'm always how old that, like we're in 2025, I'm 45. Next year I'll be 46. You know, 2026, it's like, and my oldest son is 2010, so I'll always remember his age too. So it's great. But yeah, he was a manager.
Was he managing the Eagles then?
Yeah.
So was he gone a lot? Did he bring you on tour, you guys?
Yeah, he traveled a lot. Whenever he would travel, he would always come back. I don't remember him being gone for extended periods of time, which I really think is good, you know. And back then, there were no cell phones. There was no FaceTime.
That's right.
None of that. So, like, when he was gone, it was like...
He was really gone.
He would call from the hotel room every night before bed. He would call in the mornings. You know, we would mostly be with my mom, and we had some help. But, and my mom would go with him sometimes, too. It just depended on all of it. But in the summers when he would be on the road, we would go with him, you know.
That's an experience.
Yeah.
I do that with my kids, too, now, you know, take them where I need to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was great experience growing up.
So, yeah, I don't know anything else.
I know you don't.
I literally don't. I was
All of you.
Yeah, I had dinner last night or a couple nights ago with some friends, and we were just like reminiscing and talking, and she doesn't come from the entertainment space. And she was asking me just, you know, about my early 20s and all these things. And I was like, yeah, I did this and I did that. And she's like, how do you know how to do all that? And I'm like, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just like second nature to me. I grew up around it. I listened to my dad on, you know, I would go to work with him. I would listen to him on his phone calls all the time, whether it was at the house, whether it was driving in the car with him. I told my kids the other day, I was like, I remember the very first cell phone and driving with my dad, and it was like, or car phone at the time. It was called a car phone, you know, and you had to have it like plugged in and you couldn't take it off. It's just wild. So, I mean, it's just all very much in my DNA. Yeah,
I still learn a lot from him when he's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, one of my early mentors. You know what I love about, I sent your dad my book before it came out. He read it in 3 days when he was away, when you guys were away for your mom's birthday.
Oh, yeah? Did you quiz him on chapters by chance?
No, I should, right?
You really should.
Okay, really should. Well, you know, it's a quick read. It's a motivational book.
Great.
But he plowed through it.
I need to read it.
Yeah, you need to read it, Allie.
I do need to read it. I don't love to read.
Well, you know,
I get ADD, and then I'm like...
It's in today's day and age where we got a million things pulling on us, you know?
It is. It's a good
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
agree.
a quick read. I mean, he read it quick and he called me right away. Said, I just finished your book. Wow.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love him so much.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Such a cute little man.
So that was interesting. So growing up as the daughter of Irving Azoff and
Shelli.
and Shelli Azoff, but specifically your dad in the music business,
Yeah.
managing and all this stuff. Because you're all in entertainment. But what's interesting about you, which is what I really want to talk about, besides the fact that we can do it all and we are a mom and we're power bitches and the whole thing, but how much you like identify and like fashion and all of that stuff resonates with you. And that's how you started your company. Were you always like that growing up?
Well, I'm not like a big fashion girl. I would love to be. I feel like, I think I was always just very much in tune with pop culture relevance. And fashion was one piece of that, right? Like when you see, and listen, I think all of it is very much the generation in which we all came up, right? Like, it's funny because one of my very, very close friend's daughters, who's like my daughter, I like watch her get dressed. She's a freshman in high school. And I'm like, it's interesting, like going back to the 90s and what we wore and just seeing how everything kind of does evolve, but then also comes back.
Wow, yeah.
And I wasn't like a 90s fashion girl. I just followed the trend, to be honest. I wasn't really a trend setter. I think I liked trends and I would lean into the parts of them that I related to and I liked.
But you're great at putting all like different
I'm
people together.
I'm very intuitive, and I think that's where I do see certain trends in pop culture currently as it relates to cultural relevance or content creation or who, the influencer, up and coming influential personalities or content creators are going to be, and things like that, to be able to help my clients on the brand side tap into that at an early phase, but also at the relevant time, right? Like I was on a call yesterday with a client, and we were talking about what their marketing campaign was going to be for the back half of 26 and who that would incorporate. And one of their ideas was really fabulous, and it would have incorporated talent that 20 years ago was incredibly relevant, right? But not sure that it wouldn't achieve the goals that they needed for what they were looking to do, right? And in the back half of next year. And so I kind of am able to help my clients navigate that and understand that in a way and educate them, quite honestly. Like the work we do is very much about how much information can we give them, how many recommendations can we give them in order for them to ultimately make the decision themselves, right?
Wow.
And hopefully our direction and our consultation and our information that is giving them the education to properly make a decision, right? Is what brings the success.
Yeah. Well, you're very big on authentic partnership, connections.
I am.
Yeah. Were you always like that growing up?
I think, I take after both of my parents that we're connectors.
You
period.
are. The whole family's
The whole
connectors.
family are connectors, like, and it's just gotten grander as we've gotten, as we've all gotten
and
older,
that's a
and
skill
our
set.
careers have gotten bigger.
That doesn't come naturally.
It doesn't.
Yeah, you're either a connector or you're not. Like you're either a little pregnant or you're not.
Yeah. And I have no problem being the connector, right? Like I'm always like, oh, you're trying to accomplish that? That's not what I'm good at, but this person is.
You're so that.
Like just talk to this person. I'll happily put you in touch, almost to a fault, to the point where I undersell my value in
I
it.
do that too.
Yeah.
Like clients will call me or I'll get a referral and they'll be like, can you do, I don't really have the bandwidth for that right now, but why don't you call this lawyer? And then I'm like looking back 4 months later and I'm like, wow, I could have, look at this.
Trust me, I've had a lot of those in my career.
Yeah.
So
but you know
many.
what? We get it back twofold.
Yeah,
Look it.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
I know, but still,
Yeah.
like, you pay it forward like that. It just raises our vibration,
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah.
I mean, karma is just karma.
Karma's karma.
Karma's karma, baby.
Karma can't do anything but
Can't
karma.
do anything.
But keeping our vibration high
Keeping our vibrations
is
high.
stuff we can do.
We can.
Yeah, so you started the company. When did you start it?
I started the company almost 10 and a half years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It feels like yesterday.
Wow.
I know.
So you just woke up one day and said, I'm going to do this?
No, I didn't wake up one day. I always, when I worked for my dad, I worked for him for 17 years in the management business. And listen, I fell into it, right? Like, I look back on it and I'm like, oh, he had a greater plan, right? I wanted to be a makeup artist. He didn't understand that. He was like, I need you to come work for me for a couple weeks. And it turned into 17 years. And so Irving. And I think I had, management is a hard business, as you're well aware.
My God.
And I think that,
brutal.
my father, my brother, and everyone else in the management business has a really unique ability to stay patient. And I mean, especially my dad. And I'm just like, this is crazy.
And your brother.
Jeffrey is so patient.
Very
patient. He is incredibly patient with everyone, not just his clients, even with me.
It's amazing. Me too, by the way.
I know. He is. He's the best.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, and this could probably be the female thing, right? Where like, I just was like, I just don't have the patience for the bullshit.
It's a lot.
I'm just so much like, I'm a doer and I just want to get it done. And so like, I know from the onset how it's going to land. So, and I work on this a lot of like actually practicing more patience and letting the teams kind of go through the exercise, even though I know
how it's going to end.
It's how it's going to end, no matter what. And so,
what's your trick then? Because I need to do that.
Well,
more.
I've just started to let the process happen.
Yeah.
And then I give my opinion, and sometimes it does get expedited based on my opinion, and other times it doesn't, and that's okay now, like, but there's a lot of times where I'll be like, hey guys, this is what we should be doing, and, people will be like, well, let's look at it this way, and let's do this, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and all the things, and I think back then I was young in my career. I was really aggressive. I was bold. I felt like I had to be loud to be heard. And in return, it didn't land well with talent, because we'd be somewhere and they'd be like, I want to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
But being a manager is a skill set too.
It is a skill set. And listen, could I do it? I could do it if I wanted to.
I don't
just
know.
That
It's
lifestyle,
hard.
really hard. And there's and by the way, I welcome management for non-traditional people, non-traditional talent.
I mean, I
love, and I have a lot of friends who are influential that we will give lots of advice back and forth. They'll call me and they'll say, what do you think? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'll give my point of view. And the beauty of it is like, it doesn't impact me one way or another because I'm not the manager.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
And so it doesn't, but on people that, I'm really interested in that kind of non-traditional market of management, helping people build out like, what's your business? What's your business? What are your goals for your business? Is it to be just a straight content creator? And if so, like help direct them that way? Or is it to be, a brand and help direct that way? Is it to be a media darling, or do you want to be in media from a podcasting perspective or newscasting perspective or like somewhere along that way in a non-scripted capacity? I think that's where, that's the type of management work that I love.
Yeah.
I love the brand deals. I could do those in my sleep. They're, what really gets me
and building
exciting.
brands.
And building brands, although that's become way more challenging in this environment. But that's really the management skills that I enjoy doing and flexing. I think for me, when I left working for him, it was, I had just had 3 kids under 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
wow.
I felt stunted, I knew I didn't want to go. I couldn't go on the road. Like, what, I was going to leave them for 4 weeks? Like, that's not going to happen, and
wow.
especially back then, this was 15 years ago,
Wow.
like it was a different time. And so, I had a passion for the brand space. I was really focused on doing brand deals for our clients at the time. It kept me kind of in this one sector of the management business, which now, back then, no one thought was as important.
Right.
They're like, oh, we have our agent. And I'm like, yeah, and they're really fucking crushing it for you.
Right.
Sorry, agents.
Sorry, agents. Well, back then, they weren't really in that vertical.
They were.
Yeah, not as much as it is now. Like, you go to an agency now, and they have departments that are strong in every area.
Yeah, and it was just a different time. And, I saw that there was going to be this really, really big collision for brand and talent. It was just, Instagram had just launched. And I saw the value in that. There were these new bloggers that had emerged, and I was like, oh, these girls are cool. They're marketing vehicles. And it just kind of took shape, and I knew there wasn't growth for me at the family business. And so I flew the coop.
You just said one day, Dad, I'm out?
Yeah.
Or was it an ongoing discussion?
I had met my business partner, and we had built a business plan, and it was a couple discussions. And I just was like, I want to start my own company.
Yeah.
I want to have something that's mine. Like, I always knew I wanted to have my own company.
Yeah.
I always knew it. I just needed to figure out what it was. And by the way, it still evolves.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even you kind of have to pivot your business. I mean, you're very specific in law. But for me in marketing, the marketing needs of our clients shift. What works in marketing shifts quickly, really quickly. Like 1 week, creating TikToks for a specific category. Everyone wants to be a part of it, and everyone jumps on the trend, and it crushes for clients. And then the next week, it's like TikTok has 0 impact on the business, and experiential is everything. And how are you engaging with experiential? So you really have to have your finger on the pulse. And to do that, you have to be nimble, and you have to be willing to take risk and pivot. And that's what I do. And I have the control to do that in having my own business.
I love that. I love, like, that we both have our own business, you know, because one of the things, and I'm sure you also will agree with me, but as I was growing in the entertainment business and looking around, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of women at the bottom, and in the middle, women are thriving. But at the very top, the CEO, the chairperson, women are entirely absent.
Well, isn't that still how it is?
Yes, but the only time women are at the top is if we own our own business.
Or if you're, like, stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to that.
Yeah.
And, entertainment is very, tragic when it comes to that. They're not gracious with aging,
They're not, well, I think they're gracious to men with aging.
Of course,
a lot of
men
the
lose
older
collagen
men are
less.
like the
Right.
ones at the top,
Right.
And then they get mad when the younger ones come in
Right.
and steal thunder. It's
Right.
just, it's so competitive.
It's very competitive.
It's very competitive. And I think that women, when I had my first child, 15, he's now 15 and a half, and I did the Mommy and Me class, I was one of 2 working moms in the Mommy and Me class.
Wow.
At the, like,
I brought
preschool.
Steven Tyler to my Mommy and Me classes.
I mean, fantastic.
It was like,
I didn't.
put
No one
your
brought
one foot in and put your one
No
foot
one brought
out.
Steven Tyler to my
Yeah,
Mommy and
there
Me.
was a rumor like Steven Tyler has these young kids. I'm like, no, it's the lesbian lawyer's kids. Knock it off.
Oh my God, amazing!
Yeah.
I love that. But then when I had my second kid, 2 years later, there was like half of us were working moms, right?
Wow.
So even if you think about when I was growing up, my mom growing up worked.
Yeah.
You know, she had such drive to work. She
Yeah, well,
managed
she did a lot
soccer
of
players.
things.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
to manage my dad. She had to keep their life moving.
Yeah.
You know, she had to do. She's driven. Like my
Yeah.
mom has a lot of drive as well, and so, but we have like that. It's real, and now that we're just going to sit here and complain that women don't get a fair shot, and all the men are going to be like, they're so annoying.
No, but I mean, they also admit it. It's like not a thing. Like,
who admits it?
well, they'll look around and they'll go, oh yeah, you're right. It's not like nobody did.
Invite me to that party.
The problem is we won't get invited, but they do look around and say, yeah, there isn't a lot of women, And by the way, you were talking about being so intuitive. Like, think about all the decisions that are made at those high levels without women and their intuition and all of that, different perspectives.
Well, and just their women are just more in tune, and we fucking are awesome.
We are fucking awesome.
Yeah, we're really
and
cool.
this is
and
we're
grow
both
humans.
moms of boys.
Yeah, and we grow humans in our bodies, and then we birth them, and we, it's just different. We're crazy. I send my husband and my kids the memes all the time, just about like what a messy and unorganized house does to a woman's brain compared to a men's brain. And I'm like, you guys, you don't understand. They're like, what's the big deal if we leave the basketballs out and don't put them back in the bins? Or why is it a big deal if we leave our socks all over the floor?
Because we can't think about anything.
Or why do you care if I don't put the dish perfectly in the dishwasher? And I'm like, dude, you don't get it. And they're just never going to understand, because I think women obviously have a different makeup.
Right.
And I think that we are, on top of being intuitive, so like when you talk about who's at the top, I'm a fast decision maker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like literally someone.
Yeah, me too.
Someone will be like, oh, do you want this pink cupcake or this blue cupcake? And
I make decisions quick
pink,
too.
and here's why.
Yeah.
And I don't turn back.
Right.
And I think I'm decisive is the right word for it. And I think that is partially because of how intuitive I am, right? So when you think about all of the different
energy.
Well,
you already know.
I'm like, I already know when we're starting this conversation, I already know where we're going to land. 1, I'm intuitive. 2, I'm decisive. 3, which I get. That's why people are like, oh, she can be tough or she's aggressive. And it's not me trying to be tough or me trying to be aggressive. It's that I'm psychic.
Listen, I was going to tell you because, there's 5 different Claras. Like clairvoyance is what everybody knows because it's images. But, clairsentient is someone that reads energy. And it's basically intuition on crack is what it is. You probably have some form of clairsentient.
Oh, I definitely do.
Does that run in your family? Do you know anybody else?
I don't.
Huh. Runs in my family on my aunt and my sister.
I definitely, well, if you ask my aunt, she'll tell you she's a witch, but a good witch, not a bad witch.
Well, there you go. That's the thing. She probably knows she's some kind of clairsentient.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely think I am.
For sure. 100%.
Like I can sit in a room and look at someone and be like, oh, they're sad.
Yeah.
Or.
I still see her. Her name's Caruana Gadamu. And she's a clairsentient, and she also fine-tunes her craft through astrology.
Yeah.
So because she's like, everybody's born with 12 houses, and there's planets that are in those houses at the minute you're born. And she gets your chart. She understands who you are from your planetary makeup. And then she sits and does a reading with you. And I've been seeing her the whole time I was sober. I mean, I'm sober 27 years.
Incredible.
But I met her in AA in my first year, and I talked to her for like 3 hours at this party after an AA meeting. And I was just like so moved by this woman. I was so interested. So when I turned a year sober, my sobriety sisters got me a gift certificate to her.
Oh, fantastic.
And I gave her my chart, my birth date, where I was born, the whole thing. And when she comes over, the first thing she's like reading my chart and puts her tarot cards out, and she goes, "Oh my God, what do you do for a living?" Now, mind you, I'd passed the bar, but I was waiting tables at Basics Cafe in West Hollywood and interning for free. But I go, "Well, I'm an entertainment lawyer, you know?" And she goes, "Wow, what a great job for you. Because in your 8th house of other people's money, royalties, and commissions, you have the good luck planet of Jupiter. You have Mercury, which is the planet of communication, and you have the sun, which is good in any house." I go, "Wow." She goes, "Trust your intuition. Absolutely trust your intuition." And that was such a huge...
When's your birthday?
June 18th.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm Gemini. But I'm a Gemini. My sun sign is Gemini, but my rising sign is Scorpio.
I don't even know my rising sign.
Oh, Allie, I got to do that for you.
Okay,
I got to
great.
find out. I got to find out, because your other one too, your moon, to find out what your moon is.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
how do I see this woman?
I'm gonna introduce you. She's all in my book
Okay, great.
on intuition and
Great.
all of this stuff.
Gotta read the book.
You have to. It's so good. But I know.
You should ask my dad what her name is, since he read the book.
I'm gonna text him when we're out of here. Or you know what's even better? You ask him.
I will.
So I was just with Dina.
I will.
And she was telling me about the astrologer lady in her book.
Yeah.
Do you remember that chapter?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the name of Dina's astrologer lady? I want to go see her.
But you know, she's told me every year for over 20 years who's passed the bar and who hasn't at my
That's
firm.
amazing.
And
What do you mean? Without knowing?
Yeah, oh yeah. She'll do a reading for me and she'll say, and I'll have these interns or whatever, and she's like, "Well, that don't put a lot of time into that one, that they didn't pass the bar."
How does she know that?
She just knows it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So listen to this. One time when we were having kids, you know, Wendy went through all this IVF and we finally ended up adopting, right? But when we found out we were having twins and the birth mother was carrying twins, we had her come out here. So we had all our doctors. We were having a boy and a girl. A boy and a girl,
Right.
and they were going to be born April 8th. And
Right.
that's what it was going to be. And she literally sits down in my house in January 2013. And the kids were born in 2013.
April, yeah.
Yeah, she sits down. Well, that's when they were supposed to be born. The birth mother was going to be due April 8th, okay? And we're having a boy and a girl, Wilson and Devin. And Caruana sits down in my house, and she says, "No, these are Pisces children." And I was like, "When is Pisces?" She's like, "January to February." I go, "Wait, what?" Or she said,
Right.
I go, "No, this is April 8th. She goes, "No, these aren't Aries kids. These are Pisces kids. And it's not a boy and a girl. It's 2 boys." I'm like, okay. Now I got and I went into my kitchen, pulled the sonogram off my fridge, and I said, "Here's this." And she looks at, she goes, "I don't care what that says. These are 2 boys." So I'm literally thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm having a transgender child. How am I going to tell Wendy this?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
my
But
God.
literally, all of a sudden, we are watching Grey's Anatomy, okay? And we get a phone from Andrew, my assistant, who was with our birth mother at Popeye's. And he's like, "She's having terrible heartburn. And we call our doctor, who said, "I'm at the hospital, bring her down." You know, she's 8 months
When
pregnant.
was this?
February. And we get there, and the doctor's like, "You need to come in." And we go zipping in. We meet him at the hospital, and Wendy's parking the car, and I'm sitting there. I don't even I have my sweatpants on and heels. I don't even have my phone charger. And I'm sitting there, And all of a sudden, they're running all over. And the doctor's
What
like, these
hospital were you
babies
at?
are coming out. Van Nuys Hospital.
Yeah. Okay.
She goes, these babies are coming. And I'm calling Wendy. And she picks up the phone. I'm parking. I go, leave the fucking car.
Oh my
The
God!
kid-
I can just hear you
Oh.
screaming.
She comes running in. Those kids were born on February 27, 2013. And when we are
So
in
they
the...
were Pisces?
Yeah. And when we're in the delivery room, all of a sudden, we are masks on in the delivery room with the doctor. And the doctor's pulls out Wilson. Next one pulls out, we thought was Devin. And she goes, oh, baby B is a boy.
Wow.
Wow. So we see the kids for the first time. We look at little baby B, and Wendy looks up at me in her mask, and she goes, buddy. I go, buddy.
Aww.
Their
Buddy.
room was pink and blue.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that's Caruana.
That's incredible.
You got to see her. She's
Okay,
incredible.
Great. Send me to her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I would love to see her.
She works at
I'm into that
Microsoft
stuff.
now in AI. Can you imagine being Clara Kinetic and being in AI at Microsoft?
That's really kind of fucked up, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she programming the future?
I don't know, but we'd have a better world if she was. I'll tell you that.
Then I'm happy
Because she's on the right side of everything.
Fantastic.
So I want to talk about this because this is amazing.
Thank you.
So ever since I have known you, okay,
Yes.
you've had this certain smell.
Yes.
Like, it's just you.
Can you clarify that it's a good smell and not a bad smell?
Very good smell.
Okay, thank you.
Like, I always, when you come in, how many people would always say, oh, you smell great?
Yeah.
And you'd concoct this stuff out of various different things that you have in your room.
Well, it's funny, actually, because growing up, my mom, to this day, my mom still wears the same scent. It's this Clinique fragrance. And you always knew when Shelli was somewhere because
Wow.
she left a scent. That's how strong it was. And she would spray like so much of it. And I'd always be like, why do you have to spray so much perfume? It's crazy. You know, and it was because she just loved the scent so much, quite honestly. And as I grew up, I found a scent that I loved, and it was I bought it at a beauty supply store that inevitably closed when Amazon came in, and no one goes shopping anymore. And then I'd have to start buying it on Amazon, and it was just this random brand. It was French. I couldn't pronounce the name of it. And it was delicious, and I'd spray so much like my mom, and I'd be like, oh my God, now I know why she sprayed so much perfume, because when you love the scent, you want to eat it up. And I would wear it every day, all day, every day, and I would get so many compliments. I'd be everywhere, and people would be like, oh my God, you smell so good. What's your fragrance? Whether that was at work, whether that was at school with my
And you couldn't
kids, whether I
pronounce
was
it.
in a restaurant, I couldn't pronounce it. And I'd have to like show them. I'd pull up. I'd be like, I don't know what it's called here, and I'd show it on I'd pull my phone out and I'd show them on Amazon. And I finally was like, I must be selling a couple bottles of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And in the work that I do at Blended, I have so many incredible resources from a marketing perspective, but I also have a ton of resources as it relates to product research and development, manufacturing,
Right.
all of those things
All
from the
those
work that I have all
relationships.
those relationships from the work that I've done. And so I called my friend at True Beauty, which is
Wow.
someone that I've worked with many, many of times. Their focus is fragrance. They own
Wow.
quite a few different fragrances. And they do a fantastic job at it. And I loved the people. I still love the people there. And I called them and I said, how do I kind of recreate this fragrance but put my own twist on it? And I also knew from just all the work I've done, I've had so many life or like work lessons as it relates to brand launching and brand building. And I was like, I want to do this in a really just strategic, smart way and take every learning and apply it. And if I'm sending people to Amazon to buy this fragrance, I might as well leverage all of the infrastructure I have
Right.
and do it myself.
Right.
Right. And all the education I have
Right.
and do it myself. And that's what this is.
Yeah.
Like, that is genuinely how this was birthed. So
And I love the name
Thank
XO.A because that's how you sign your
every
email.
emails, I'll write the most, like, I will be writing the most professional email to
Yeah.
someone, and I just cannot bring myself to write from sincerely
No.
best.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
Forever, my entire career.
Yeah.
Even when I was a young girl, if you see the notes that my friends and I would pass to each other or send to each other or write in our organizers, it's always XO.A.
Yeah.
So yeah, I that's the other thing. Like, I didn't go down an entire exercise of like, what's the brand name gonna be? What's the brand ethos? I didn't start an
It's so you.
I didn't start an XO.A Instagram. I'm like, I'm gonna leverage my own following and
Right.
my own Instagram, because to program 2 different Instagrams is 2 full-time jobs.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I know. I have the book now and the Stiletto Room and me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing is like, I have a nice following already. So
You have a
like,
great following.
why not engage that as
Right.
opposed to I'm not going to convert
Right.
my entire following to go follow XO.A.
Right.
It's just not going to happen, you know?
Right.
So I get the most eyeballs already there. And eventually, if I grow it and it becomes something that then becomes a benefit, I'll do it. And I know
Yeah.
how to do it. And
Yeah.
but right now it is easy. It's not like, I didn't raise any money. I'm funding it myself. I cover the costs with the sales. I'm doing really small quantities to just understand my my conversion and how much I can actually move. And I'm using all of those analytics to make decisions.
Maybe you
going
could go
forward.
on Shark Tank. You want to
I'm
go
good. I don't. I do love watching it, though.
I have Kendra Scott, and she's a judge now.
Oh, we love Kendra
She's
Scott.
awesome.
Yeah, I just saw her episode. She really is a shark.
She is awesome.
I know people haven't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she's had a big enough public persona for people to understand
Yep.
how hardcore and what an
She's so
incredible
smart.
boss she is.
Yep.
So smart.
So I'm glad she's on the show now
Yeah, it's
because
great.
she really
for
is a
her.
baller.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
So I took everything. True helped me develop the fragrance and helped me with the packaging. I used stock packaging. I didn't go and spend money on tooling. Like, at the end of the day, the bottle's empty. People are throwing it away. Period.
Right.
The box, people are opening it up, taking the bottle out, throwing it away.
Well, I'm not because this one's numbered for me.
Yeah, I did the first 100, I think, or I can't
know.
remember how many.
Founders edition.
I did the Founders Edition, and to thank my loyal customers and friends. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I can send you another one.
I love
I
this
sold
one.
out of my first batch. We just got.
I know, because we wanted some for the Sona gift bags.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I suck, but again, I'm taking every learning
Yeah.
that like I have, and I didn't have that inventory.
Well,
right?
it's good that that's more in demand than have it, you know what I mean? Like, how many brands do you know that overdo things and then they have stuff sitting on the shelves? I mean, you've been through that with a lot of... Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've done it all. I've raised a shit ton of money, millions and millions of
Yep.
dollars. I've, brought brands to market in direct to consumer, retail, across multiple categories. And I was just having this conversation this week with a friend of mine, and she was asking me about something. And I'm like, listen, the fun part is actually having the idea and getting whatever that business is, whether it's your own service business, a media business, a CPG business, whatever it is, the most fun you're ever going to have in it is the ideation to the launch and go to market.
Yeah.
Because really, once you're in market, you have to do so much to keep that moving and generating revenue and doing what you need it to do. And I think that the misconception that people have is that the hard work is the front work. And once you're in market, you're like, okay, we did it. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not. It's actually...
the same thing with releasing music.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like...
Right.
that part... that's in your control.
Right.
Once you launch something,
Wow.
it's completely out of your control.
That's right.
And so,
Wow. I didn't even think of it like
yeah.
that.
And then, like I can tell you right now that we're pretty strategic about how I sell this, right? Like if I'm not promoting it, it won't sell.
Wow.
It might sell from the lens because it's so new and it's so small. I have some repeat customers, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But I launched this in February. We're in October.
Wow.
I sold out on my first batch. I did no paid marketing. I'm all direct to consumer. I promoted it completely through my socials and through my seeding and networks. Very little media, right? And so I see that I have returned customers that are coming back and buying a second, third, fourth bottle, which is fantastic. But then I also see, I have that lever of knowing that I am doing this from like a kind of drop perspective, right? If I want to go hard on the media and I want to go hard on the seedings and leveraging my network to sell and promoting it on my socials, I will sell. But if I'm not doing any of it, then I'll sell here and there, but I won't see the volume at the same way. And so it is constant work, right? And that's what I think the misconception is. And then I also really think, and I wish someone had told me this, but if you're going to start something, you have to be okay with stopping it, right? If it's not working or if it's not, connecting, whatever it is.
What a lesson.
You got to be okay. You got to know going into it, this might not work.
Wow.
And I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to try to make it work. But if it doesn't, I'm okay if it doesn't.
Wow.
Right? Because it might not work.
Wow, what a lesson.
It might not work.
Yeah.
And think about it. Whether it's a brand, whether it's an album, there's plenty of massive artists that have had huge albums as their freshman album, and then their sophomore album doesn't work.
Right.
Right? And then their third album does. And, I was like, you've just got to be okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next for Blended Strategy Group?
Well, we're coming up on, the end of the year here, which is, I think, much needed for everybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking a sip of water.
I'm fried.
Fried. Fried eggs. Fried green tomatoes.
That was a great book. That was a good movie.
Best movie. So, rounding out the year at an agency is always interesting because there's always a very fourth quarter run. I like to sprint, I like to call it, where your clients call and they're like, oh my God, we just got this like last minute budget that we got to get off the books this year. What can we do? Who can we hire? What should we do with it? And then you also get the calls of people being like, we had this great idea last minute and we want to do this. So, I'm always prepared for it and ready for it. And so we're in that fourth quarter hustle at the moment at Blended and servicing our clients, and holiday is coming up. So there's a lot of holiday activation.
What do you do what do you do with the holidays? I mean, are you working a lot during the holidays?
Yeah. That's actually a change from being a manager. Like, you had like the entertainment business pretty much shuts down for the holidays. I remember the first year that I started Blended, my business partner doesn't come from entertainment and she came from beauty. And she's like, what do you, should we just close like on the 24th, 25th, 26th, and then we'll close again on the 30th, 31st, 1st? And I'm like, no, we close for 2 weeks. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
We have to service our clients. And I'm like, this is what it is. This is entertainment. And I think that that's shifted a little bit in terms of needing to be available to the client. I mean, you're always, even as a manager, you're always available to the client, let's be real, but you're not necessarily like hitting the pavement as hard.
Right. Well, the
holidays.
record company shut down.
The record company shut down, the agency shut down.
And the publishing company shut down.
So, we do close, but we have a lot. Like also, you know, I've had to shoot Super Bowl commercials over the holidays because the Super Bowl comes February and your commercials have to be delivered.
And we have the Grammys that are like.
You have the Grammys.
So,
but then also you have a lot of people who want to do last minute holiday activations. So, you know, I try to take the time off, but I also never take off time is the reality. And I've seen a shift, actually, since I started the company. I have seen a shift that a lot of our, you know, other agencies in our space are closing now, too. So, you know, I think it's evolved. I think also with COVID, it's evolved. Like, I think there's been a lot of evolution in that. So we are super busy for the holidays. We're going to make it through. I'm very sure of it. And then, you know, next year for growth, for Blended, I'm really focusing on just growing horizontally, you know, like being able to grow all the divisions in a really smart way and bring in some new talent, meaning internal talent. Really, I'm excited to find and work with people who come with not just the ability to do the work, but also who come and bring growth to the agency. Whether that's through bringing clients or whether that's through being able to build teams or whatever that might be. You know, I'm super focused on that. I just had a big staffing meeting this week on not just what our current needs are, but how we staff for growth and what that looks like and the cadence of that. So that's definitely something that is going to come next year. And then I'm in the middle of acquiring a couple businesses for growth, which is really exciting. Again, that would take horizontal in terms of bringing in new capabilities and really cool things. So I'm really excited about that.
That's great.
I'm spending a lot of my energy on that, and that obviously will drive, I think, a lot of other opportunity. You know.
Oh,
so
I'm
that's
sure.
Exciting.
And everything you touch is like magical. You're like magical
so
unicorn.
I appreciate it. I mean, sometimes I don't feel like that.
You're great.
You know, sometimes
every time
like,
I get to deal with you is amazing.
Aww.
You know, there's always some people. I always break people down in lights. You know, red light, green light, yellow light. You know, someone could be a yellow light. You never know what you're gonna get. But with you, it's always like amazing.
Is it? Because I feel like you and I have had some red lights.
Well, we've had on
I was on a
stuff.
ski lift once.
Yeah.
When you called me screaming.
Yeah.
And
but
I
that
literally was like,
that
Dina,
was over things that were not in our control.
I am on spring break with my kids.
But you pick up the phone.
I did.
And you handled it.
I did.
And you know what, though? It's like that was things that were out of our control.
Ish.
Yeah, out of our control-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, but we've learned a lot.
We really have come a long way.
And you are a green light.
Oh, you're a bright light.
Yes, well, that too, you are a bright light.
You're a badass.
If you could have dinner with one person in the world, either living or dead, who would that be?
I would say Oprah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to like watch your journey as you grow because you're awesome and you're such a good barometer for me as a mother.
Right back at ya.
Yeah.
And if I always tell anyone, if you ever need a lawyer, like if you're really fucked and you really need someone that you know is going to just do what you need them to do, you call Dina.
You do tell them that.
I'm like, just call Dina. Weren't you like, what were you before lawyer? Weren't you like a police officer or something
No,
crazy?
I was an artist.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you have like a crazy.
Yeah. I was an artist.
Like you're like a badass or something.
Well, I was an artist, and I used the stage to advocate for gay rights and social justice.
Yeah.
I've always been an activist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in my blood.
You're
I'm definitely in my groove.
You are.
Yeah.
You're crushing it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me in here. It's so cozy in here.
It is. You could tell everybody where they could find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Allison Statter. And you could find me at Blended Strategy. We're also on Instagram, but we also have offices in Westwood. So pop on by.
Pop on by, but don't be a stalker.
Yeah, please.
You've heard it here first in the Stiletto Room. Thank you, Allison Statter. I love you, love you,
I love you, love you, love you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.